Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. Okay, this is easily becoming one of my favorite videos of the week to make, and that is the announcement for Peter's Movie Club. And I'm really, really excited about today, but you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait because I'm gonna explain that to you later. I don't even know what the movie is for this week yet, and we're gonna pick it live together on video, and I am so excited about this. I'm having such a fun time, and I know that there's only a few of you out there that are watching the movies with me. A couple of you guys message me and you're like, oh my god, I'm watching this with my mom, or I'm watching this with my spouse for the first time, or, you know, and it means so much to me. You guys are like, oh my god, I haven't watched this, and thank you for announcing it. I'm gonna go over there and watch it right now. And it just means so much to me. And this week the movie was Trouble with Angels with Hayley Mills and Rosalind Russell. And I actually waited until last night to watch it. I usually try to watch it like sometime over the weekend. But the week before I watched it, I think the last I watched Waiting to Exhale and How Stella Got Her Groove back on Wednesday and Thursday. But I usually try to watch them over the weekend. So I waited until last night to watch it. And it was towards the end of the movie, and I'm like crying my eyes out, and I had forgotten how much I love this movie. It's been a very long time since I've seen Trouble with Angels. And the Trouble with Angels, or Trouble with Angels, or just, I don't know, Trouble with Angels. It's been a very long time since I've seen it, and as I'm watching it at the end, I'm like just sitting there and I'm like sobbing, right? And, you know, for me, this whole kind of project, if you want to call it that, or a club, whatever, has been this exercise in going down memory lane for me. Each of these movies that I have picked has some kind of significant memory to me, and this is the week that my mom passed away 16 years ago. And so last night I was watching this, and it really reminded me of watching this movie with my mom when I was a kid, and several times, you know, like through middle school and high school and stuff like that. And I loved the movie so much. I actually forgot how much I loved about it. And it was interesting how much I remembered about the movie too. So if you didn't watch the movie for this week, it was the movie was Trouble with Angels, and it was Hayley Mills and Rosalind Russell. And Hayley Mills plays kind of a boisterous, like, high school student that's gotten into some trouble, and this takes place in the late 60s. I think it came out in like 1967. And so her parents have passed away, and so her uncle sends her to this convent / boarding school called St. Francis, and her name is Mary Clancy. And when she's on her way there on the train, she meets this girl named Rachel, and they become best friends. And so through the course of their stay, they get into all this trouble, and they're they're always like concocting these brilliant, what did she say? Why can't I think of it now? I can always think of it any other time. I have the most scathingly brilliant ideas, and then they always get caught doing whatever they're doing by the Mother Superior, who is played by Rosalind Russell, who also played Auntie Mame, and I love her in Auntie Mame. And so anyway, and that was another childhood love of mine as well, that movie. And so if you didn't watch it, I don't really want to spoil it for anybody if you haven't watched it, but it's such a fantastic movie. And there are some hard decisions that are made at the end of the movie. And it's, you know, for me, it's interesting watching these movies at different periods of my life. Like, I was talking to several friends about this week, and I shared this on the video last week, but the last two movies that I picked for the double feature last week were Waiting to Exhale and How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And throughout my life, I would say I have referenced Waiting to Exhale so many times in my life, and you know, it really was this movie that really hit me hard in my youth, and it really didn't hit the same way when I watched it back. But How Stella Got Her Groove Back, which I love because it has Angela Bassett in it, but it never really had this like hard-hitting, you know, feeling for me, except for the scene when Whoopi Goldberg passes away. But other than that, like, it didn't really ever resonate with me. And I think a lot of times when you watch movies or you read books, my mom used to say this with different books that she would read or different movies that she would watch, is that they kind of hit different at different points in your life, you know? And watching, and How Stella Got Her Groove Back hit me so much harder than Waiting to Exhale, which was interesting to me when I watched it last week, you know? And some of these movies that we're watching, like, I'll watch it back and I'll think, oh my god, like, I forgot how much I love that movie. And other movies that we've watched, it just is kind of like, okay, I'm glad that I watched it again, but it's really for me like going down memory lane. And it's interesting because I get towards the end of the movie and I kind of ask myself, like, do you think you'll ever watch this again? And other than Jackie Brown, I have to say, Trouble with Angels is probably the only other one that I would probably watch again. You know, it's not super, super sad, but there's, like, some joyful scenes. And it's really, to be honest with you, it's this search for spirituality and spiritual understanding and meaning that I don't know that I understood when I was a kid. And I think today in my life, being sober 29 years, being a spiritual person, I think, you know, today the movie has greater meaning to me. And there were some scenes that were just fantastic when one of the sisters passes away and Mary Clancy is, you know, watching the whole thing with Rosalind Russell. And the scene, there's a scene where they go to, like, a retirement home and they, like, serve cake to these women and, like, they sing to them and stuff. Like, that part hit me really hard. And I also think the ending of it, and I said last week, like, the last 10 minutes of this movie are fantastic. And I did remember what happened the last 10 minutes. And it's about a difficult decision that's made, but it's also about understanding your friends and your friends' choices. I'm getting choked up even, like, just saying this. It's like I'm gonna start crying. I literally was, like, ugly crying watching the end of this movie last night. And so, obviously, it means a lot to me. So, for those of you that didn't watch it, you missed a good one. You missed a good one. It was really, really fantastic. It's still up on Tubi. It hasn't expired yet. And, you know, it hasn't, you know, left it, because they put on their, like, leaving soon, and they're the movies that are, like, expiring that they're gonna, like, take off the shelf. But some of the movies that they take off the shelf, they bring back. Now, that leads me into today's movie for this week's pick, okay? I have a list on my phone. Here, I will pull it up right now. I have the ones that I'm keeping the dates for. So far we have watched Night of the Comet, Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael, Wait Until Dark, Joyride, Jackie Brown, Waiting to Exhale, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, and The Trouble with Angels. And like I said, for me, this is really just kind of like an exercise in going down memory lane and watching all these movies that have meant something to me up until this point in my life, you know, in my growing up years and my childhood and things like that. And I'm just, this is really, really fun for me because so many of these movies just really had a huge impact on me. So I have a list over here that I keep going, that every time I see a movie on Tubi that I'm like, oh, that movie, right? I keep this list going, and I don't know if you can see it, but the list is like, it's like I have like 65 or 70 movies on here at this point. And the problem is this, like right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies that are leaving soon. And so I've kind of let that list dictate what movie I pick next because, and I said this last week I think as well, I don't want a movie that I really, really want to watch over here to leave soon. Now, there's like 4 movies that have to be on this list for this year, so as soon as they hit the leaving soon list, I will pick them immediately. But none of these 4 movies that I have are like, if I don't see them, it'll be interesting if today one of the movies that's picked is one of those 4, which the chances are that are not great. But if one of these 4 movies like doesn't make it ever to the list of being seen in Peter's Movie Club, I'm totally fine with that. But I keep on picking movies that are off of that list, and so I feel like I'm not picking movies that I really want to see that week or I really feel pulled towards. So I thought what I would do for this week, because I kind of was going back and forth, and I don't want to, like, this is the thing, I don't want to tell you what the movies are, because I don't want you guys to go ahead and watch the other movies. I don't want you to be cheaters for the Peter's Movie Club. So I don't want to tell you the movies that are on this list, because I think some of them would probably surprise you. I think others would not, but I think, you know, several people have commented about one specific movie that's on Tubi, and it's coming. It's coming. It's a specific time that movie is coming, but people are telling me if they're watching it, and they're like, you should pick this for I'm fully aware that movie is over. It's my favorite movie of life, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming, okay? But several people have mentioned other movies to me. I think some of the movies that I have on my list would probably surprise you. So I am somebody that really believes in the universe speaking to me. And, you know, when I talk about meditations and affirmations on my Peterisms channel, I talk a lot about, like, the universe speaking to me. I believe a lot in that, in, like, prayer and meditation and things like that. As a spiritual person, I believe in, like, the universe and all that kind of stuff. So I thought today, why don't we just let the universe speak to us and pick the movie for Peter's Movie Club? So what I'm going to do is I have the list pulled up, okay? And I'm just going to kind of like push it up and down a couple times like this without looking at it, and then I'm just going to stop on a number. I'll actually do it. Hold on a second. I'll stop and I'll show you. We'll do it like, oh, it just went out. Okay. Come on now, we'll do it like this on live camera, and then I will pick the movie, and then I'll show you what it is. Well, I don't want to show you what it is, because then you'll be able to see all the names of all the movies. Well, I'll turn it around, and then, like, but I'll show you. So here we go, up and down, and up and down, and up and down. I can't even see the screen very well. You guys are probably, like, seeing all the movies. Oh, it went out again. It went out again. But this is fun, isn't it? Okay, so let's just Oh, it went out again. It went out again. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, we're just gonna pick one and we're gonna, hold on. We're gonna pick one and we're gonna stop. Okay, so this is the movie that we are picking for this week, and the movie is, oh my god, this is so funny that so many people have asked for this movie. I was actually gonna save it for Halloween, but the movie is, well, I don't want to show it to you because if I show it to you, the third movie down is one of the movies that I want to watch this summer, and it's not on the list yet. But the movie that we were watching for this week, this was actually, I have to tell you, so I have these movies in order of like the ones I was thinking of that I wanted to watch for this, and then I like first of all, Night of the Comet is the #1 movie on here because that was the movie that I wanted to watch for the eclipse coming up. Oh, I just deleted some movie in here. I don't know which movie I deleted. Now we'll never know. Or maybe I just hit the return button. But anyway, so the first movie that I have on here on the list is Night of the Comet, because I knew that I wanted to watch that movie for the eclipse coming up. That's how this whole movie club got started. The second movie, and I knew, because when I was going through Tubi, I even explained this, when I was going through Tubi trying to find Night of the Comet, Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael came up. So I knew that that was probably going to be one of the first movies that I picked. So that's the second movie on the list. The third movie I can't tell you, which was actually going to be the third movie on the list until I started seeing the Leaving Soon list. So the movie that was picked for today, I was actually going to wait until like October to pick it, but it'll be fun. I'm really excited. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I actually reference it in a drama videos of mine about a rap battle. And the movie is Teen Witch. Have you guys ever seen this movie? If you've never seen this movie, it is like one of the most fantastic movies in the entire world. It has that woman from, I can't remember her name, she has since passed away. But it has the woman from Poltergeist in it. The movie came out in 1989. It's considered a comedy romance, and it's an hour and 34 minutes. So let's read about it. Are you ready? Okay. High school nerd Louise Miller. Oh my god, I totally forgot. It's played by Robin Lively. I totally forgot about this movie, how it starts. And I love her friend. And her friend that's in this movie is actually also in another movie that's on this list, which is so funny because she plays like supporting characters in both of them. High school nerd Louise Miller, played by Robin Lively, learns from psychic Madam Serena, played by Zelda Rubinstein, who was also the psychic that was in Poltergeist. Remember when she said, "Come to the light, Carol Ann," that she's possessed with magical abilities that will begin working on her 16th birthday. When the prophecy proves true, the teenager uses her new powers to get what she's always desired: popularity. After getting back at some bullies, the young witch casts a spell over hunky jock Brad Dowell, played by Dan Galthier. I have no idea who that is. But Louise soon learns that getting what you want isn't all it's cracked up to be. Okay, you guys, this movie is so fantastic. It is such a like a cult classic movie. It's so bad, it's good. There is like this whole like rap battle montage that happens in the street. It's so, you guys, the movie is so funny, but it's like fantastically delightful too. I'm so excited that was the movie pick for this week because I didn't know. I had like a couple of movies I was like, well, maybe here, maybe that, but they're all kind of like sad movies. This is gonna be such a perfect movie for this week. Such a fun, lighthearted movie, very reminiscent of the comedies of like the late 80s. Kind of has the hair of the Can't Buy Me Love era. Do you remember that? I remember when she gets her makeover done and she has like, her hair's like this is where you like pull out the comb and you like spray the Aquanet and the hair would stand out like that on either side. Then you have the state hair fair, which is like the claw, you know, all that. And she's got that hairdo and she becomes popular. Before that, she doesn't have that hair. But anyway, you only get that hair when you get popular. Anyway, I'm so excited about it. So the movie for this week is Teen Witch, which has been on my list since I started this. So I'm so excited about, okay, see, the universe did speak to us today. So let me know in the comment section below if you are going to watch Teen Witch. It's available, as like I always said, on Tubi. It's probably some other places too. Let me look. It's on Tubi, Pluto, Amazon, you can rent it, Apple, you can rent it, but on Tubi, you can watch it for free. All movies on Tubi and all their shows are for free. They have new shows too. Like I just noticed that the Gordon Ramsay, Vanderpump Rules collab that they're doing together, which is called like School of Business or whatever, that they're starting. It's like brand new. It's coming right out. They show a lot of shows and they have also live TV. So if you can't afford streaming services and you can't afford cable, Tubi, you can sign up and get an account. You don't have to pay anything for it. It has ads on it, but that's the way that they like do it. So it's available in, I think, Mexico, United States, and Canada, and some parts of Europe, and it is coming to the UK very, very soon. So that's why I picked Tubi. Not sponsored. But anyway, let me know if you're going to watch the movie with me in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.